Hey everyone. So today I'm going to give you guys the Aquarius video. So this has been a long time coming. Let me just bring out my full Aquarius rising. That's funny because Nicki Minaj has an Aquarius rising. I guess we could start out naming some celebrities with Aquarius rising. Okay, there is Amy Poehler. I wanted to bring that up because she's in a movie I watched last night. You know, a decent amount of comedians, but like they're intelligent kind of comedians. So just as Capricorn and Aquarius aren't necessarily focused on comedy. Cancer and Leo are more comedy focused, but Aquarius is just weird, and it's definitely more weird when it's in a more prominent place. So if there is an Aquarius moon or an Aquarius rising, you're gonna see a lot of weird habits, just an awkward, weird personality. And it's usually the things and habits they do are so normal to them. Like, people see it as normal when they act that way. But then other people can't act that way because it would just be really weird. So, yeah. So, with Aquarius, it is a very mystical, magical sign. A lot of people don't, just like misunderstandings with every sign. There's a main one with Aquarius that it's a water sign. This is not true. Aquarius is an air sign. The water symbolizes intelligence and future knowledge. Very complex knowledge that is coming from a place of mystery, and Aquarius brings it into the understandable. So taking something so complicated and bringing it down to the understandable. I believe that's what Aquarius is mainly focused about. It's just like how some people think Scorpio is a fire sign when it's a water sign, so I don't know why there's a bit of confusion there. Or Aries is a fire sign, not an air sign. But speaking of astrology, which is what all my videos are of, being an Aquarius rising, Aquarius rules over astrology. And some people argue this because, you know, I don't have Aquarius in my chart and I'm an astrologer. I do have it in my chart, and I've been an astrologer since I was 5. I'm obsessed with astrology. It's my life. It's something that I weave into every day that I'm living. It's something that I understand. It just makes complete sense. I was born, someone showed me an astrology book, and I'm like, okay, this makes sense, because it's the organization of spiritual knowledge. So you take a spiritual sign like a water sign, and they don't organize this knowledge. They just have capabilities. Their bodies are in tune. Now Aquarius is more intellectually able to see the world in an objective way and kind of rationalize the magic or mysticism. It's able to organize things in more an intellectual way. Like Virgo can organize things in a physical way around them, and Aquarius can take concepts and put them in a circle. Just like the 12 signs are. They are ideas first. They are concepts. They came into being after that. Aquarius is kind of like a rainbow. So you think of Leo like one light. One pure light. Not organized into multiple different rooms. It's less intellectual, it's less organized, it's less labyrinth-like. And then you take Aquarius, and it's like the prism, Leo's sunlight going through a prism. And that's why Aquarius is about groups, because it's like, okay, I'm orange, you're blue, you're yellow, you're red. And Leo is just like, I'm light. And that's a huge way of kind of understanding Aquarius. And so Aquarius is a fixed air sign. It's the only air sign that has a little less movement and it's more rigid. So the funny thing is about Aquarius that I don't think is expressed enough. I think the 3 winter signs aren't really expressed for people to understand how different they are. Like, to understand the difference between Aries and Taurus is like good. It's easy. It's like stop and go. It's like laziness and action. Lethargicness, and energy. So it's very black and white with that. But the people don't understand about Aquarius and Pisces is, okay, Aquarius is very spiritual. It's all about being like a hippie and understand and doing all that vegan stuff, really, and expressing that. People think Pisces is kind of like this, but no, Pisces is subconsciously like this, but Pisces is more like, I just want to sit here and not think. I want to sit here and dream and lose myself. Aquarius doesn't want to lose itself. It wants to provide that knowledge to everyone. It's like a channel. Pisces is emotional. It's the water itself. And Aquarius is a empty vessel that's capable of filling itself up with the Piscean water. So if you take Aquarius and Aquarius rising, second house naturally is Pisces. The second house is your possessions. Aquarius possesses Pisces. Aquarius possesses water. Aquarius is the water bearer. So, I mean, if you haven't thought about that before, there you go, okay? I'm an Aquarius rising, and I'm imparting you knowledge. Like, Aquarius isn't, like, dramatic about it. Aquarius might coldly say, I know a lot of things, here you go. But it doesn't take, Aquarius isn't about pride. If there's any pride in Aquarius, it's like pride of knowledge itself. Pride of what it knows, not pride of itself. Aquarius, 7th house naturally is Leo, so everyone else is proud. Everyone else is too proud. And Aquarius looks around and says, why are you proud? What have you done for society? What have you done? But it's not so angry. Aquarius is so detached from humanity that it's weird. Because there's social norms, and Leo likes to follow social norms. Aquarius doesn't. Aquarius will defy them. And it's not always because they want to defy them. It's because they might think logically that defying them makes more sense. Like, they're like, why would I do that? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Who's it gonna help? Why would I buy an iPhone like everyone else? Why would I wear those clothes like everyone else? This is more comfortable for me right now. So at one point they might wear, let's see, I'm an Aquarius rising, so I imagine this makes sense. At one point I might wear hippie pants. There's another name for them, I can't think of it. But those baggy hippie pants that are in right now. But then that makes sense because I'm like, it's comfortable, whatever. But then if other people start wearing them, I'm going to get bored of that. And Aries and Aquarius are 2 signs apart, so they're good friends. So what they have in common is the ability to trendset. They're trendsetters. That would also automatically mean that Virgo is a trendsetter too, and that Pisces goes with the flow too much. So Pisces is supposed to go with the flow. Aquarius is supposed to defy things. It's all about Uranus and Neptune and how they have an effect on everyone. And Aquarius is very, probably the coldest sign. It is the most barren and detached, cold. It's the middle of winter in the northern hemisphere. And that's what it's supposed to symbolize. It's impersonal. It's business in a sense. People think Capricorn's all about business, but Aquarius is all about it's all about improving and seeing into the future to see what better possibilities there are. It's breaking the mold so better things can happen. Aquarius is an intuitive sign, but it's because it's like an accumulation of a lot of tiny bits of knowledge that help it see the bigger picture. But a lot of this knowledge other people aren't ready for or understand, so this does make Aquarius lonely. The one thing that Aquarius feels more than anyone else is loneliness. So the second they start to feel not lonely, it feels good, but it's not good. So they don't want to continue that path, because when they were too young, they didn't understand what it was like to not feel lonely. They got used to feeling alone. And Leo is the sign about intimacy. Like, Leo is all about having sex and feeling each other up and all that crap and kissing each other and making out. And then an Aquarius is just like alone in its room, reading books. I mean, Capricorn. I'm a Capricorn Aquarius, and I think both of those together make me a bookworm. I was a loner, so Saturn imparts that on these two signs, and it's a double dose next to each other. So the thing with Aquarius, it's the only sign that has both a conscious mind and a subconscious mind ruled by the same planet. This makes Aquarius the absolute most Saturn person possible. Aquarius rising, like me. And I think this really does make me detached. It makes me like a robot, but not like a robot that's whatever. I just see things in a different way. So how I act is like how Aquarius suns are, their egos are. Now, what I notice about Aquarius suns is if they have another rising sign, it completely hides their weirdness. But underneath, it's like wanting to escape in a way. But they are cold. You meet an Aquarius sun, and their eyes, their eyes are cold. You can kind of see a chilliness. It's kind of like a crisp winter morning. It's just frozen. And let me name a few people. I have a friend who, like Ellen, I think she's a double Aquarius, and they're both blonde, Ellen and my friend, and they both have piercing blue eyes. Now, air signs tend to have very light eyes. This doesn't necessarily mean it's the case, but if there's an air focus or it's focused on your appearance, then it's going to come out, and it'll be very cold. I also dated an Aquarian whose sun was probably right on top of my rising sign. My first boyfriend. Speaking of homosexuality, Aquarius is definitely a mix in this homosexual tendencies. The air signs are. Aquarius kind of brings this out. It is different. It is controversial. Aquarius likes controversy. And it's funny because since Libra is the sign of harmony, you wouldn't think Libras like controversy, but that's how Libras get attention. Libras, okay, let's name a few Libras here. Eminem is controversial. That's how he got famous. Libras know controversy brings this stuff up. They do want peace and harmony, but it's hard for them to find balance, so people tend to like themselves when they aren't trying to please everyone. So Libras, when they're not trying to please everyone, are cray-cray. Cray-cray. So they're crazy. And Aquarius and Libra, the fifth sign from Libra is Aquarius. So ultimately, Libras express themselves Aquarius-like. So when Libras really truly express themselves, Libra's fifth house naturally is Aquarius. So this controversy is absolutely something that is needed. Now, one thing you have to understand about Aquarius is that it's so objective. So air signs will bring up an idea just to talk about it. And it doesn't mean that it's not like other signs that are only say things that they're 100% going to do. Aquarius is smart enough to know that you have to speak about something first and then implement a plan of action. It's very, very air. It's like they say in spiritual knowledge books, the idea comes first, and that idea manifests itself into the physical universe. Now I'm speaking like an Aquarius rising. I resonate with that. I resonate with it, I feel your energies. Your energies are so bad. And you may think Pisces is like this. It is to a degree. But Aquarius is like this. It's weird. And Pisces don't want to appear weird at all. Their subconscious is Aquarius, but their conscious is Pisces. Is like, how can I fit in? How can I make you see what I want you to see so I fit in with you? Because Pisces is like so slippery. If there's a crack, they fall into it. So you have a personality and there's a crack in there, Pisces will slime its way into that crack. It's water. Aquarius cannot do this. Aquarius doesn't know how to do it. Aquarius is too awkward. It's like and that's one thing Aquarius has to realize, is because that awkwardness, that weirdness, that is special. It's unique. So Aquarius has to learn unique and special are good things. So then there's the really depressed bipolar Aquariuses, which I believe Aquarius is the most bipolar sign, like medically done. Aquarians are diagnosed with bipolar disorder, and Pisces too. But usually the Pisces would have to have something in Aquarius, or some Pisces Aquarius mixture. So that, and the reason is because Aquarius is the sign of genius. And that genius is on the edge of crazy. And it's because it's like you have one foot in this world and one foot in the other world. And that's where you kind of get when you reach the end of the zodiac, when you are a winter sign. You start to see things. You start to see how the world's patterns are just a facade. You know, like those hippie movements when people, like all these hippies get together or whatever, and there's like festivals, which I haven't been to. I really want to go. And they're all talking about reality is an illusion, man. That is very Aquarian. I've met way more Aquarius suns, Aquarius moons, Aquarius rising. Mostly Aquarius suns. Secondly, Aquarius risings who go to these events. I know a lot of Capricorn cusp Aquarius, because Capricorn is very interested in the occult, and Aquarius is very interested in spirituality, but more about how can I elevate myself. Aquarius is all about evolution and ascension, ascending. And then after you reach that Aquarius ascension, the thing is Aquarius rules over the crown chakra. So that means that it is so elevated into the sky, so high up, that people associate it with the Jesus complex, because it is so focused on that higher knowledge that the mind itself is... Aquarius has to learn that the mind is a trap. But until Aquarius reaches the Pisces understanding, Aquarius will be stuck in its mind. And the more they think they know everything, the more it won't help. So you'll see as Aquarius progresses and Aquarians evolve and mature, that originally they will have all these ideas and concepts, but it won't be able to go anywhere because they are not in their body. They are not present. They are in the future. The future doesn't exist. So Aquarius has to really tell itself that the future doesn't exist. But Aquarius is objective. So if it's looking in a mirror talking to itself, it's like, am I here? No, I'm in my head. So for Aquarius has to learn how to get back in touch with its heart chakra, because Aquarius has the biggest heart chakra, but it doesn't want to feel. But when Aquarian truly feels, when Aquarius really completely lets go, it becomes empathic. It moves on to the Pisces way of thinking. It becomes the savior. It becomes think of a cell phone tower. Aquarius is like a cell phone tower. It is a vessel. That's exactly what Aquarius is, because it stands in between love. It is the in-between of love. How love can express itself between people. And Aquarius personifies that. But Pisces is love. Pisces is the universe. The universe is love. But Aquarius has to stop thinking. Aquarius has to start feeling. And then, yes, and this is the most powerful aspect of Aquarius. like Aquarius will receive insights of knowledge, but it's not going to be practical. It has to get down from its high horse and look at Leo and say, I forgive you, Leo, for being so self-centered. It has to realize that every person is self-centered. If you are a person, you are subjective. And Aquarius will say, no, I'm not. I can see things objectively. And yes, Aquarius can, and it spends its whole life trying to perfect that. But it has to realize that to live, to feel, to actually enjoy life, it has to take its stick out of its bum, kind of relax a little bit, and start to feel things and start to really connect with people. And that's when the Aquarius group setting helps, and Aquarius can speak in a group and understand how beautiful diversity is. Because that's another Aquarius word, diversity and uniqueness, eccentricity. So all these weird, cool things that come to life, like electricity. And it brings evolution to the human consciousness. It raises our energy, not only in the mind, but in the heart. So what Aquarius has to do is bring down from the crown chakra, which is way too powerful, and all those messages coming down needs to go back down here. So what happens in evolution and in spiritual astrology is through the zodiac, our chakras raise up. So let's start here. So Sagittarius and Pisces rule over the crown, or this chakra. But they are not fully evolved unless you look at the birth chart. Unless you look at the birth chart of a Sagittarius or Pisces rising, maybe with their sun right on their rising, they would have an extremely powerful this chakra. That makes them creative, which Jupiter is a very creative aspect. But Scorpio has power here. So Scorpio has to learn to evolve the throat chakra. And then Sagittarius has to help this chakra. And Aquarius finally reaches the crown chakra. And finally Aquarius has to pour its water down and let go, which is the whole Aquarius life path. It's so difficult, but Aquarius has to let go. Let go. And finally, Pisces, when Pisces enters in, the visions will flow, life will be easy, life will be an adventure of just letting things happen. And that is what Aquarius talk about all the time. But they don't necessarily act on until they get there. Alright, so thank you for watching my Aquarius video. My Pisces one will be posted very shortly. And soon I'll be continuing with my Mars and hopefully Venus videos. So thank you very much for watching.